What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Stephen Fulton versus Daniel Roman, and this is going to be a 12-rounder for the WBC and WBO Super-Bantamweight World Championship, and this fight is going to be Saturday, June 4th, from the Armory in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on Showtime. And to get in both fighters' resumes, Stephen Fulton, fighting out of the United States, holds a record of 20 wins with no defeats and 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 1 by BoxRec in the Super Bantamweight division, and he's the current WBO and WBC Unified Super Bantamweight World Champion. And to list some of his best victories, he has a unanimous decision win over Paulus Ambunda. He also has a knockout win over Isaac Avelar. He has a unanimous decision victory over Arnold Kagai, a unanimous decision win over Angelo Leo, and he's coming off the best victory of his career by far, which was a majority decision win over Brandon Figueroa. And to get into his opponent's resume, Daniel Roman, fighting out of the United States as well, holds a record of 29 wins with 3 defeats and 1 draw, with 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently not ranked by BoxRec due to inactivity. However, he is the former unified WBA and IBF Super Bantamweight World Champion. And to first of all list his draw and defeats, he has a split decision draw years ago against Jensen Ramirez, and his first 2 losses happened the latest in 2013. Like his second loss happened in 2013. First loss happened maybe 2011, 2012, and the first loss was by split decision to Takashi Okada. Then he had a unanimous decision defeat to Juan Reyes, and then years later, in the beginning of 2020, he lost a split decision to Murjan Akhmadaliev. But to list some of his best victories, he has a knockout win over Gavin McDonnell, a majority decision victory over TJ Doheny. He also has a unanimous decision win over Juan Carlos Payano. He has a knockout win over Shun Kubo, a unanimous decision victory over Ryo Matsumoto, and he also has a unanimous decision win in his last fight, which was over Ricardo Franco. And in my opinion, this fight will go in favor of the defending unified world champion, Stephen Fulton. I know that Daniel Roman is a game top at least 5 contender in the Super Bantamweight division, but I just think that Fulton is really rising to the occasion in his last couple of performances. I know back in like 2020 when he was fighting, he didn't look that solid. He had some flat performances, but recently when he fought Leo, when he fought Figueroa, he's looked excellent in those fights, and I really think he's going to continue that here and get yet another solid win over a guy who's in the top 10 in the division. So just how I see this fight going down, I think that Fulton will be the one boxing a bit more, trying to land those counter punches. He's got pretty good defense, very good counter punching ability. I think he'll be trying to go for those counter punches, maybe coming forward sometimes, maybe trying to bombard him with some shots, because we saw Fulton box and come forward as well in his fight against Leo. He was able to box, he was able to brawl. I mean, he's a very versatile fighter. He might not hold a lot of power, but he still can fight in multiple styles, and I think that we could see that here. But I think Roman will also try and implement the same game plan. I think that we might see him maybe try and box a bit, score points, but most of the time I think we will see Roman, the one coming forward a bit more. I know he's only got 10 knockouts, but he's still a very vigorous volume puncher, but I do think that Fulton will be getting the better of it most of the time. However, in the earlier rounds, I could see Roman maybe sneaking in around here or there. I see that Fulton will be the one controlling the fight throughout. With his either boxing or just counter-punching ability, I think he will be the one controlling the fight, as I mentioned before. So, yeah, I really think throughout, Fulton will be just the better fighter, and even later on, he will be the fresher fighter as well. I think that Roman, he might have some success in the middle rounds when he finally gets to see where, or maybe in the middle to late rounds, he might have some more success, maybe with landing punches, finding out where he could land his punches, like figuring a Fulton style out a bit more. He might be able to sneak in by the end of 12. Like, yes, I do think this fight will go the distance, so by the end of 12, I think that Roman may be able to sneak in 3 to 4 rounds in there, but that's at most. I can't really see him winning more than that. I really think that Fulton is just the better boxer overall, the much more solid fighter, and I think that with his boxing ability, counter-punching ability, and possibly we could see him brawl, I think that he will ultimately win this fight. But for Daniel Roman, he will definitely not be a slouch or a pushover in this fight. He will definitely be game all the time in this fight, but I just think that Fulton is obviously a bit more skilled, obviously the younger and fresher man. So I think that Roman will, as I mentioned before, try and box a bit maybe early, but then he will start to come forward a bit more and show his volume punching, and maybe, as I mentioned before, win like 3 or 4 rounds. Yeah, I think that the judges will score this bout 117 to 111, and 116 to 112 twice, all in favor of Fulton to win by unanimous decision. So overall, I believe that Stephen Fulton will successfully defend his unified WBC and WBO Super-Bantamweight world titles, and I think that he will obviously get the victory by unanimous decision over former unified world champion Daniel Roman. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.